Alright, hello guys. Today we're going to be talking about a nor'easter that looks a lot like that last one we just had a couple days ago. You're going to see a lot of similarities there. A lot of heavy rain for the New England folks, the Northeast folks, some of you in the Mid-Atlantic. We're going to be dealing with an inch, maybe more in some areas, and as well as some back-end snow up there in the interior New England area. We'll be getting more into that in a little bit. Now, before I get started with the video, I would ask that you do subscribe if you do like weather-related content, and also make sure to like this video if you do like this type of content. That way I know what kind of content you guys want me to bring. So we're looking at our European model here, which is widely known as the best model in the world. And we have our low pressure system right about now, right by the Erie, Pennsylvania area. Now, you might be asking, how's this a nor'easter? This isn't out on the ocean or close to the ocean or even close to the East Coast there. Well, we're going to have our energy transfer here, and you might have experienced some heavy rain this morning or getting into the afternoon today. If you're along that East Coast, I know down here in Virginia I did. And that's because this energy is transferring. Now, the low pressure system by tonight, by late evening tonight, will be in the Virginia, North Carolina area. I think mostly Virginia, but still, all the way down there. So it's going to transfer down, and that's where our main low pressure system area is going to be. And that's when we're going to see some of that heavier rain develop for those interior areas of those states. As we move the slide, you're going to see that goes all the way up to New England by that Saturday afternoon or evening there. And we're getting some back-end snow throughout Vermont and the Adirondacks and Tug Hill regions of New York. And one more slide, you can see interior Maine getting some of that snow, and as well as Canada. Now here's the total precipitation, so this is taking liquid equivalent into account for those snowfall areas. You can see 1 to 3 inches really for those yellow to red areas, so mostly looks like southern New Hampshire, Vermont, and the western regions of Massachusetts, as well as coastal Maine. According to this European model, going to get the heaviest rain there. I really think that anywhere in the yellow, though, does have a chance at getting some of those higher totals. It's really where those heavy bands set up. So yeah, your yellow is 1 inch plus. Your blue colors is going to be 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and then your green colors is anything to 1/2 inch. Now, looking at some of the snowfall models here, we're looking at the ECMWF, again, the European model. This one's on the higher end of things, showing up to 4 inches for some of the regions in the Adirondacks, northern Vermont, White Mountains, and interior Maine. I really don't think we'll get this much. I think this is a little overkill. And then here's our GFS, and I think we will get more than this is showing, as this is only showing maybe even less than a dusting there for that Adirondacks region, northern Vermont, White Mountains, interior Maine getting some there. But I really think this is underdoing everything. So my snowfall forecast, you can see, I think it's a dusting to 3 inches for all these white areas. So your Tug Hill, Adirondacks, central mountainous regions of Vermont, as well as your northwest or northeastern regions of Vermont, and then your northern New Hampshire. So basically White Mountains north into Berlin, looking at 1 to 3 inches, and then your interior Maine areas as well. So anywhere from a dusting to 3 inches for these areas, but I think most areas won't even approach 3 inches. I think really, if you're on the mountain peaks possibly, but I think low-lying areas, you know, you're looking at more like a dusting there. So here's our surface pattern forecast, and there's a lot going on here, so I'm going to break it down for you guys. Don't even worry. So we see our first arrow down here on the very left arrow. That's kind of where our storm has moved, and then that first low pressure system there near the Erie, Pennsylvania area again is where the low pressure system is now. Now you can see that that energy is going to transfer to Virginia, somewhere in Virginia or North Carolina or Maryland, somewhere in there. And it's going to make its way all the way up the coast and kind of curve in. It's going to go right near Boston, Cape Cod area, and then it's going to kind of curve in through Maine. So in our green areas, that's where we're looking at scattered areas of heavy rain and 20-mile-per-hour plus wind gusts. You can get anywhere from, you know, a little bit of rain to even close to your 1 inch mark of rain, maybe even more in some localized areas in that region. But then there's that red area. Now that's where we're looking at 1+ inches of rain, at least, I think, for most areas. I mean, a little bit, you know, some isolated areas might not hit that, but I think that for the most part, most areas in here are going to hit 1+ inches of rain. Again, localized 3 inches plus as well, and also 40-mile-per-hour plus wind gusts. Those can get up to 55-mile-per-hour, I think, possibly. So most areas in here could be experiencing close to 40-mile-per-hour plus wind gusts at least. And again, this is valid by November 4th. That's when this whole storm is going to be moved out. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, again, like it. That way I know that you do like this type of content, and I will continue to bring more content like this as long as the feedback is good. Have a great day.